Hello and welcome back to Clover Creek. This will be episode 9. I have just finished harvesting the oats, which I will need for the horses I plan on getting rather soon, because they will need something to eat, unfortunately. So, now that that is done and knocked out, I am going to do a round of fertilizer. Then I will direct seed, do another crop, probably do wheat, maybe I'll get some chickens also. And then we'll go from there. We'll see how far it takes us. So fertilizing, seeding, that's going to be on the docket for today. I am back. I have been out with the flu pretty bad. Decent fever, very, very, very sick in general. Little to no energy at all. I can barely get up out of bed. As you can hear, still got a little bit of a sniffle and quite congested still, but feeling better enough that I wanted to get up here and do a couple videos. Time lapses, I was kind of, I don't like necessarily using them, but sometimes when you can't talk, time lapse videos are necessary and speed things up quite a bit. So it won't be too long of a video today. I said not too much going on, just fertilizing, then some seeding. I think I'm going to do wheat, yeah. I think we'll do wheat for chickens. And if nothing else, there's always straw involved, so that's not too bad. So man, this flu season's been pretty bad here in the States. I got my flu shot as expected, and then about 2 weeks later, I definitely got the flu. Go figure, right? Is that the whole point of getting the flu shot? Is you don't need to worry about getting sick? If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I did add in the courseplay beta in here because this is such a large map, and I'm doing a single player, which is kind of insane. I'm letting courseplay do its magic. Trying it out, checking out issues, finding a little issues with the map, and I'll get with Yazoo and let them know what's going on. See if he has any updates coming out. A couple of issues I found with the signs and some of the fields, at least from the get-go. I'm going to try to replant and seed replant, go from there. Give you a quick update. I have fully fertilized, seeded, everything on field 42. That one is almost done growing, actually. So maybe before the end of this day, I'll be able to get that. And that one is soybeans. And that right there should be a lot of money. What I'm thinking of doing is when I get that money, maybe buy field 38 and then field 37 and 49. I'm going to cut out these trees here, I think, and I'm going to make this all grass. So I have plenty of, between 37 and 49, make it all grass. That way I have plenty of grass and hay for what will be the sheep and the cows when I'm ready for them. Field 34 looks like quite the good one. It's 2.2 million. It's very square, very easy to handle. There's probably some trees around it. I'd have to go back and look, but so that one was 2.2 million. 38 is 1.7 million. 2.7 million. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. I mean, it's a 4 times map. It's a very large area. I'm not too shocked. So far, I haven't had any major issues with the course play. Seems to be doing alright. I haven't done anything crazy. I've just done seeding, plowing. I did cultivating runs. I haven't done auger runs, overloading. I'm going to try that when I do the soybeans. I might even do a little tutorial if that's what you guys want to see. Honestly, I don't have too many plans for that. I just wanted to get some of these fields going, kind of breeze through these as fast as possible, so I can get some additional fields going. I like to get to the point of doing cotton. I haven't done cotton at all. I don't really want to do sugar beets or potatoes ever again because they're insane. It's just how large these fields are without having multiplayer and getting a bunch of people on there. It's too much of a pain. You know, you're only doing what, 5 meters, 6 meters wide, and you've got to do like 90 passes up and down. That's too much. You're looking at like 6 hours of gameplay to do one field. I think the only way I would do it next time would be some crazy modded version. Even the one I did before on field 42, it was it went faster, held more, but it wasn't like a 30-meter wide sugar beet harvester. If you guys wanted to see that, that's something I would probably find an insane header for it, and then extremely OP wise, get knocked out as fast as possible. Otherwise, I don't see it being worth doing. If you guys are wondering, I still have not added in weeds, because the last time I played on Ravenport, I was still used with random weeds would pop up after harvesting. It would immediately harvest, like it would be just turned to the lettuce yellow, just ready to harvest, and all of a sudden weeds would pop up and I can't do anything about it. And I wasn't able to, obviously once it's ready to harvested, you cannot put in the herbicide, but it is what it is. It's kind of buggy still, and I love the idea of doing it, kind of like old FS19 had the, what do they call that now? I think it was the soil mod. That was a lot. There's a lot to get into. I didn't use it too much. I did use it a little bit. I used States Map. That was probably my favorite map back then. It had everything. It wasn't perfect, but it had the basics. It was great for course play. I spent an ungodly amount of time on that map. It's very simple, very easy to use. It's enjoyable. I did appreciate that, and I did use soil mod on that quite a bit. Alright, looks like we're going to do the last run here. The seeding, I did buy a new seeder. It's the big boy, and I got an 8500 John Deere now. All these tractors I'm using and these basic implements are all from Stevie's Facebook page. Farm Simulator mods on Facebook, they're all done by Stevie. There's a couple of random mods that are not. When I use those or talk about those, I'll make sure I put them in the description and links where I got them from. I was thinking of putting a Google document in there for what mods I do use. I have a couple maps going because my kids play also, so it's kind of confusing on what game saves need what mods. But I think I'm just going to delete a bunch of the placeables that I don't typically use and make it very, very simple to what I use on a constant basis. Unfortunately, or I guess I should say is fortunately, not everything I use. Kids will probably get upset because they'll lose some of their stuff in crazy trucks or four-wheelers or something like that, but that's about it. I'm going to do a quick run here, finish up the very edges. I didn't do a headland pass on it, probably should have. I just wanted to get knocked out pretty quick. And I know all the way up front, I had an area, the front edge by the chicken coop area. For some reason, there was a big strip there that Course Play decided it didn't want to touch. Like I said, it's a beta. There's a whole bunch of releases out there, and I wouldn't use anything unless it's from GitHub. Oops. I fingered it. I went to GitHub itself and downloaded from there. That's the only place I would download Course Play from. There's plenty of mob sites out there, and those that have played even 13, 15, 17, and 19, there's a lot of sketchy sites, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not used to doing it, you're probably going to put a lot of viruses on your computer. So be very careful on sites. I only go from trusted sites. There's a lot of Russian, German sites you can go to and get things off of. I don't think it's worth the risk. And I don't have an amazing computer. My computer is pretty darn good. but I certainly don't want to buy the stuff to build another computer, the light computer I have. And I don't want to wipe everything. I have had a bunch of issues lately. My old G27 here, a lot of driver issues, and it's very well known for having random driver failures, and it'll kick out during games, and little small issues like that. It's not a huge deal. It's definitely irritating when it happens, but it's certainly not the end of the world. Alright, so again, quick review. Saw last episode. I got the John Deere FS19. Again, it's a mod by Stevie. Higher capacity, higher working speed. I think it holds, I'm at 60,000, I believe it holds. Let me jump in and double check. Yeah, it holds 60,000. It's a pretty nice one. It goes fast. It holds a lot. It loads very fast, which is very nice to have. And with a lot of the profits, you see I have about $300,000 sitting in the bank. I have no loans. I bought the Big M mower. Excuse me. That was necessary just because the mowing issue was getting, I was doing it almost every day, and it was getting a little annoying, to be honest with you. We're only doing 9 meters wide, it would take me 2 hours. Now, it's taken me about 15 minutes. Alright, looks like I gotta fill this thing up. I need fertilizer. I can see I did a bunch of soybeans last. Let's change this to wheat. Like I said, I'm still coming over my little bit of sickness I had. Getting too far away. There we go. I did buy these auger wagons straight ahead. Seed runners, also done by Stevie. One I have fertilizer and seed. I believe the other one is nothing but fertilizer. And I have the big auger bin, blue auger bin over there. That one is set to only fertilizer because it's running back and forth filling up the big one. Excuse me. Alright, now that I'm all full, close up the covers. Let's go over to 37. I believe this does direct seeding. Actually, I don't even know. I haven't checked. Let's double check. Seed directly, no previous cultivating plowing. Okay. It said it's direct seed. So let's see. I'm going to set up just so I have it. Like I said, I'm probably going to make that into grass. But for now, until 37, probably going to become grass. But for now, it's still set up as a normal field, and I don't have another field to do. So, spread this out. I'm going to use coarse plate. I'm going to keep on using this for agricultural stuff right now until I get enough larger fields. And I definitely going to need to use it for a little bit. Once I get enough animals, then I'll go to probably condense some of these fields down and only go to what I actually need. So I'm on wheat, fertilizing. Turn it on, set it down. Let's set up horseplay. Let's go to fertilizer and seeding. I'm on field 37. 14.4. I like to knock it down half. So if it slightly turns left and right, it's not a big deal. You got a little bit of overlap. Starting location. For some reason, I always like to set it up northwest. Starting direction. I guess we'll do automatic. We'll do one headland. after up and downs, and we'll see how this looks. Alright, why are we not starting here? Oops, changed. Any location, I see it. If you click this too many times, it changes. So I need starting location. Starting location, northwest. Starting direction, east. 37. This is one of the changes that from the old version of this one. So it's got the one headland in. I'm gonna back up here and push the header out of the way just a little bit. This is why you got an 8500. It's powerful enough to do it. Alright. That's in place. I'm going to save this as speed 13.9 m. 13.9 meters. I'm going to close it. For some reason, at least with the older course plays, if you had a temporary course, it seemed to use more memory. So if you saved the course, then you deleted it, and then reloaded the same course, you wouldn't have issues. It would be perfectly fine. But if you played, so you had 4 or 5 temporary courses loaded at once, it would get a little laggy, at least on my old computers. I haven't tested it, like I said, recently. But with the current setup now, I don't think I would have an issue with it. But my old computer, I absolutely would. I was definitely memory limited. Let's see, is it actually seating? Oh, it is. Good. Yeah, I know there was an issue before where this wasn't actually direct seating like it's supposed to. Well, that's good. That's working. All right. Let's get rid of these lines because they drive me nuts. Believe that would kick everything off. Excuse me. Alright, well, we'll keep on doing this, and I'll be back when we are done. just about done here with seeding. Still got that wheat going in. We're about halfway through the seed and fertilizer. And at this point, I'm just gonna, I guess, wait out until next episode and probably fast forward time quite a bit until everything's grown and ready to get harvested. Not really much I can do. Yeah, I guess I could buy some animals, but I don't have the food for them yet. So yeah, I think we're about done. Hold off until we're ready to harvest, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna put these things away, and then yeah, thanks for coming. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment in the section below. If you have any issues, let me know. Any constructive criticism, I'm open to it. I'm trying to work on things, still trying to figure out what editing tools I'm going to use and all that. Like I said before, this is not, I'm not doing this for a job. This is something I enjoy to do. I enjoy playing a game. It's relaxing. It's not a stressful game. I like doing the survival games also, but sometimes you get a little stressful, you get all wrapped up into it, and you get a little frustrated. This game doesn't ever happen. Alright, let me step back. Sometimes it happens. I mean, let's be honest. Things don't go your way, you get a little upset. It's just life. But I don't get upset about the game itself. My issues with this are usually driver issues with the wheel, or I'm recording and it just stops randomly, or for some reason there's no audio being recorded. That's a little stressful. But yeah, it's nothing with the game. I do greatly enjoy still playing 19. A lot of things I'm still getting into. I'm starting a Benton Forest Let's Play. If full-on series, if something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. And I'm probably going to work on getting rid of a whole bunch of mods, knock down my mod list, and I'll be sure to include that into every description so you guys can see what it is that I'm actually utilizing. If you wanted to kind of copy along and do the same thing. If you get enough people, if you guys want, there's also something I can do. I don't mind getting a multiplayer server, but I would want to make sure I got enough people that are willing to play first. Because I mean, it's not worth it if I can only get on an hour, maybe 2 hours a day at best, which is about all I'm doing now. So quick, I'll do a quick shop tour, a farm tour. This is one of the Stevie modified trucks, like 1100 horsepower, also modified by Stevie. This Big M, I replaced it last episode or 2 episodes ago. So 6250, 6250. Both with the front loader attachment. Huge fan of having that. And then the 8500 here. 790, which is really a 692S with the horsepower put in there. We've got this light blue spreader. Does fertilizer and lime. I have it set up for lime. This one is set up for lime. You can see it in there. It's also got a whole bunch in there. Which those feeding into, because that holds like 80,000. That holds like 19,000. So you can go back and forth and fill it up. Fertilizer. This is a modded tool. I had a link in a couple episodes ago, but it's got this windrow on here. It looks like the Tedder, but it's not. It's actually a windrow in the aspect of the game, and it wraps, unloads very, very, very fast. You have automatic unload and the bale extension mod, so things go a little more automatic. Not as much stopping, waiting, not as much pushing buttons for me. We got this Horse Pronto, which is Stevie modified. Excuse me. Apologize. It's a Star that is Stevie modified, and this wagon here, it's the back unload, is why I like it. It's not most realistic as far as being used for grain, but it does empty from the back. It's very easy to use, and I really don't like the Wilson pace setters or the Distinct, whatever they're called. I don't like the bottom dumps. I wish it would be, because you have to select, I want to dump the front now, okay, now I want to dump the rear. I wish there was an option to do both, if they would both meet the same spot, you know, or it would automatically, whichever one is in the area, it would choose that one. Like, alright, go ahead and dump it out. be a lot more simple, I believe. I did have a different bale trailer. I just realized actually last episode I'd submitted, which was on the 31st. Right at the end of the episode, I had all the bales stacked up on there. Well, I tried unloading it, and it froze the game, shut the game down. For some reason, the other mod I was using, the auto round, I think it's 1001 or 1002 is what I had in the mod folder. That's not compatible anymore. So it's a risk you take with mods. I couldn't save the game. I couldn't exit out. I had to force quit it, and I had to redo all the harvesting, all the straw bales, and all that. This is an auto load for wood. It's supposed to be 12 meters, but it doesn't quite do that. It's a little bit long. And the auto load isn't perfect. It doesn't load right to the front of the trailer. The first part will be somewhere around here, so it's a little bit strange. But it's pretty nice. I mean, I'm kind of lazy. Like, again, going back to my semi-realism, that's about where I'm at. I don't want to sit there for 30 minutes, 40 minutes trying to load. I'm not the most accurate. But pretty soon I'm gonna start getting what I need: cows, horses, pigs. And I'm gonna start loading up the farm yard with animals. I just need to get all the required crops first. I think chickens I might end up doing next episode once the wheat is grown. And before long, it'll be soybean time, and I'm gonna should be a lot of money from that soybean harvest, because there is a lot of land incorporated in there. You know what I don't see, now I'm thinking about it? Where's the horse paddock? This is the horse one, really? No, it didn't look right. Alright, call me crazy. Alright guys, well that's gonna be it. Again, I kind of rambled on there for the last couple of minutes. But again, comment, like, subscribe. Any constructive criticism, I'm fine with it. Thick skin, like I said, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this as a full-time job. I enjoy playing it. Might as well let you guys do the same thing I do. If you have any comments, please put it down there, and make sure you hit that bell so you get all the updates whenever I come out. I'm trying to get them every day, but with kids' requirements, school stuff, and after-school activities, sometimes I may not get an episode out, but the weekend's usually a little bit harder for me, because I am with the kids the whole time. But, you know, I do what I can. Try to get as many as I can, as often as I can. I'm trying to stay at least one video ahead. And, like, I just published one about an hour ago. And I'm just finishing recording the next video already, so. Alright, I'm done rambling. I'll see you guys later. And, yep, have a good one. I'll see you next time.